Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a while since we have visited these mystical lands, the lands that we know as Warhammer. Today on one side, we have the Dark Elves, who are going to scrap to the bitter end, charging forward with their Hydra here to wipe out none other on this snowy battlefield today than Kislev. Kislev is known for their hybrid units, their sword and pistol, sword and bow units, and ladies and gentlemen, they will be put on full display here today. So if you guys do enjoy this video and would like to see more like it in the future, of course let me know in the comment section down below. Hit that like and sub button. We are already getting some mortar fire happening here. We have the Little Grom pulled by two polar bears starting to fire off some rounds here. Now brace your ears for a quick second here. There we go. I just had to move my mic. It was a little close to my face there, and I didn't want to be blowing your guys' eardrums out. But as this battle gets raging, we can already see that the Supreme Sorceress is taking half of her health and damage from, you guys guessed it, the Little Grom getting a direct hit here. This thing is devastating. And you can also start to see that some snow leopards and other units are starting to move up and around here, a spell being cast, but no joy coming out of that. We are also starting to see that some harpies are starting to fire out, and the first little attack has gone on here. We have Slanesh's harvesters charging forward into some Zargard here. Not really getting a good charge though. Just kind of standing there waiting for the Zargard to charge into them. Over on the far left, we also see that we have some Ravengers. We have some chariots over here pushing on that left flank, whereas the rest of the army is just now catching up. We have a bunch of harpies and some raven heralds flying in the air here. Harpies and, yep, the Dark Riders now charging in head first, and they decide to pull off the attack. Oh, no, they're doubling back. They hit them with the Hezi, and they're doubling back, maybe? Casualty being taken there as a volley does get into them, but they're going to get a very, very nice charge here in just a second as this battle is in full swing, ladies and gentlemen. And here it is, the first of the units to clash against the armored Kossars. A very, very nice charge there, hitting those armored Kossars and doing a decent amount of damage right off the bat. Now back more towards the middle, the rest of the infantry is starting to catch up now. We're starting to see that some witch elves have gone into combat against some of this Zargard here, but it is a regiment of renowned Zargard, so they are going to be very, very boosted. And up in the air we see harpies and a dragon, ladies and gentlemen, the black dragon barfing up some of its juice all over some armored Kossars here and just massacring them too. Look at that damage. Absolutely disgusting as the Feral Manticore does engage the Snow Leopard in melee up front here. We are also starting to see that these armored Kossars are starting to... Never mind. What? Oh, they're targeting the Ice Witch here. So these Ravengers are targeting that Ice Witch, and while the right flank is completely untouched here, they're opting to kind of just stay back a little bit and sit in the trees. They're just now starting to move to the middle where the Dark Elves are really starting to pile in a lot of their units. That Hydra unit that I was talking about is pushing into the melee as well. Those Harpies are in melee. It's not a Hydra, it's a... Charybdis? We're just gonna say a Hydra, right? Like, it looks close enough to be a Hydra. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, it kind of looks like a Hydra. I mean, it doesn't really have like the head. I mean, okay, the only reason I say it's a Hydra is because it has multiple heads, but that is not a Hydra head. That is not a Hydra head. So looking at the battlefield now, if we zoom out here, we're seeing that the Dark Elves are kind of putting a lot of their money in the middle, whereas Kislev is opting to spread out their forces here. Now, while they do spread out their forces and are gaining the balance of power greatly in their favor, the Dark Elves, if just like I say every single battle, if they have put enough of their cards in the middle and they end up smashing through the middle of the Dark Elves, they're going to be able to turn out their middle onto the flanks of Kislev, and this battle is going to be over. But if Kislev can hold here in the middle like they are doing right now, as we are seeing that the Dark Riders two units of Dark Riders are breaking here, it is going to be a massacre later on in this fight. So Dark Elves really need to get these archers shooting here. They have some Bolt Fiends that are charging up, but they need to start shooting. They need to stop running around. They need to post up and start shooting, because this is probably some of their best units back here in the back. The Elves, known for their archer units, just kind of sitting back with them. Some Dark Riders now charging into these Snow Leopards here, trying to help wipe out this right flank. We're seeing that the Streletsy over here is starting to waver a little bit. Back over in the middle, this fight is still raging on, ladies and gentlemen. The Black Dragon flying overhead here. A spell being cast into the lines of Kislev. Things are starting to get very, very sketchy for them, or very sketchy for Kislev in the middle, as a lot of their units are breaking or waving. This is exactly what I was talking about. Now, if they can just turn out their flanks, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be big for them. They get a massive break here in the middle. Now they need to capitalize on this and continue to push forward, as the Hydra and the Black Dragon are both in the back lines, antagonizing a lot of those units that sat back as archers. Now this left flank is starting to collapse down on the Dark Elf, or the Dark Elf left flank is starting to collapse down now, as we're starting to see some Streletsy and Horse Archers push forward to start to fire into their flanks here. They need to figure this out very quickly, or else this battle could wrap up very quickly for them, just as fast as this thing can wrap up for Kislev. Kislev is doing a great job at holding the center at the moment, but every second that goes on, their line continues to get thinner, because although they are hybrid units, that means that they're not very good in one way or the other. They are just a hybrid unit in the fact of they can do both. So they will get outclassed by archers. They can get outclassed by infantry. They are not the best at either, but what makes them special is that hybrid capability. Back over in the center, we are starting to see that the Polar Bears are really starting to smash into the middle of this Dark Elven center as they continue to push forward. Look at this. What do we have here? We have some Dark Shards continuing to push forward. Dark Shards and Bolt Fiends both pushing forward, and they do smash through the Kislev center. Starting to break through the Kislev center here, and you can start to see that these units are running rampant. We have the Hydra and the Black Dragon both running rampant, and alongside that, you can see that a lot of these Kislev men that have started to waver are breaking from the battlefield. This is going to be disastrous for them. And not only are they breaking, but when they do waver and return, like you're seeing here, they're charging straight into a Black Dragon and the Carapace, which is horrific for them. That's going to cause him to break immediately. But the left flank is starting to get turned out by the Dark Elves here. We have the Black Guard pushing over to just start to slaughter these units here. And slaughter them they are. You can see a lot of these men already getting cut down here by the Black Guard. This is not good at all for Kislev. They really need to turn this thing around, and you can see that the balance of power is starting to shift slowly but surely in favor of the Dark Elves, as that troop count is starting to get even closer. The Carapace gets a downhill charge on some of these Kislev men that go flying here, and this thing continues to destroy Kislev. Look at this. Absolutely brutal as these Bolt Fiends continue to push forward, getting a nice volley in the back of those Horse Archers, and it is all but over for the Kislev center. Now they need to hope that this flank over here can hold on. They do still have the Ice Witch running around over here, as most of their generals have died. They have one general here, and that's it. And for the Dark Elves, they have this general here. Oh wait, no, Kislev still has all three generals left, but this general is very close to dying. The Ice Witch down to 500 health, 400, 300, 200, and she's dead. 158. Yeah, she's gonna be gone. She's unbreakable and she's wavering. Interesting. Don't know how that one works, but this battle is coming down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. You can see that this Kislev center and right flank is only being held by this unit of armored Kossars who is fighting the Carapace, but the Carapace is just destroying them. It is just ravaging them. You can see every single time it attacks, men going flying here. So that center is pretty much wrapped up, and now it is all up to this one flank here. We do have a almost completely healthy unit of Horse Archers here, although using almost all their all their ammo, only having 6 kills. Now we're starting to see that the Cold One Knights are charging in here, getting a nice little rear charge onto the back lines. Absolutely beautiful, silencing some of these archers and breaking a unit of Horse Archers. The Ice Guard is confident, but they do have a little bit of damage sustained. A nice spell coming in on top of the Carapace here, but I believe that was a friendly spell for the Dark Elves, so mainly targeting the Kislev units here. And look at this. A unit shatters, a unit breaks, a unit breaks. Well, no, this one's broken because it's terrified at fighting this monster here. And an excellent attack here going into this Zargard. And ladies and gentlemen, the balance of power is now shifted completely in favor of the Dark Elves as the left flank now gets rolled over. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's safe to say we can call this one for the Dark Elves. What a fight. Up on the screen now is the casualty count from this battle. If you guys did enjoy this one and would like to see more like it, of course, let me know in the comment section down below, guys. Welcome back to Warhammer 3, and of course, I will see you all next time. Peace.